this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And what I want you guys to do before anything, if you haven't, please go down below the screen, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and let's get to it. Um, Listen up, man. These matters, these kind of matters right here, they're very dicey. They're very complicated. On one side of it, you have this Me Too movement, who has been taken down, and a lot of powerful men, and bringing a lot of things to light. And one could also argue on the other side of that is that this Me Too movement is nothing but an excuse to uh, exact a little pettiness or a little revenge on men who, I don't know, I guess basically had sex with the intention of just having sex. And some of these women were looking for some kind of career advance. Now, who knows what is in the case of Tavis Smiley, who in December 2017 was suspended from his job at PBS, and then subsequently fired for allegations of sexual harassment. Tavis Smiley would go on to sue PBS for racial discrimination. Seeing that, they said that Tavis Smiley is or has been the only minority solo TV host on PBS in its history. He sued for racial discrimination because he said that there was no evidence of any kind of sexual harassment before they suspend him. And allegations like that usually they usually don't you don't really need evidence. Companies just kind of play damage control right there, and they just get rid of you anyway. That's just how it is, unfortunately, and that's what makes things like accusations and the Me Too movement in present day so powerful, because you can take down anybody you want without evidence. I mean, if the allegations seem strong enough. Now, let me show you something on the story. There's a news story that I want to show you here. And afterwards, I'll explain this little image, this little gem right here. So yeah, but I tried to find actually what happened. This is a article. Tavis Smiley loses lawsuit, must pay 1.5 million to PBS. Okay, so now they're saying a jury decided Wednesday that former television talk show host Tavis Smiley was fired amid allegations of workplace sexual misconduct at the height of the Me Too movement. Must pay about $1.5 million to his former employer, the public broadcasting service. The Associated Press reports, yeah, I already said that, he was suspended 2017, subsequently fired. Then, like I said, I already stated this. After which he sues, and then PBS countersues. And the reason why PBS countersued and won was because they said he violated a morality clause. Now, what I would be thinking with something like a morality clause is this. Let me turn back and say. What I'd be thinking with a morality clause is this. A morality clause basically is just like any kind of pecking order on in any workplace situation. You do not sleep with anyone that you are just so happen to be supervising. They call it fraternization. And I'm sure that everyone has gotten something like this, and it's nothing strange. It's It's not a strange practice to fool with some of the people you work with, but you you know, any smart, sensible person would know that you don't shit where you eat. Tavis Smiley, you know, he did, it did come out that he said that he has dated his coworkers over the years, but they were all consensual. Now, let me show you this little article right here. Uh, and this was kind of a prying article. I was trying to research and see if I came across this article because I was trying to research and find if if he had a wife or girlfriend or what his dating situation was, because certainly if he is married, then you know, he would definitely be wrong in all of that. So this article is like, who is Tavis Smiley's wife, girlfriend? And this is just an article full of speculation. So, but it does confirm that he's not married. They do say something interesting. Well, you know, they brought up who he partnered up with Dancing in the Stars. Nah, yeah, that's not her. Uh, they just this was basically a bullshit article, because it told me nothing at all except for he dates women. That's all it told. It's like, look at this. For sure, the most important female present in Tavis' life is his amazing mother, Miss Joyce Marie Roberts, and his loving grandmother, Big Mama. Ooh. All right, mother and grandmother, you know, two loving ladies. Yeah, and you know, some of these women I hear, well, that's all you need. That's all you need. And then this lady right here, Denise Pines, not in a romantic way. That's just one of his workers, and they just bringing up women and little random bull stuff. But they do. There's like, this article does say, well, the other name we heard surrounding Tavis Smiley's circle is that of Lachelle Sargent. Some people talk about Lachelle Sargent, the lucky girl dating Smiley. She is a pretty gal, smart, but certain people are not quite liking her. Second paragraph is very interesting. The people that I refer to, I guess I is the person who wrote this article. The people that I refer to think Lachelle is Tavis's girlfriend, but her intentions are not sincere, but rather there is a purpose behind it. They think Miss Sargent is using Tavis for power and will dispose of him when he is no longer a necessity for her career. Now, as sad as that is, it seems to be quite common practice for women who don't get the things that they want from these men, in these, you know, just especially for high-powered career advancement. Now, it's like, okay, I tried to find something to where he was guilty of something. Like, was he married? Did he have a girlfriend? No, he was just a single man and he was dating women. Unfortunately, it was the women in his workplace. And I mean, you know, Tavis Smiley teaches everybody the great lesson that you don't shit where you eat. Period. It's like he should have kept it business. But I'm sure the hiring practices around there probably, uh, he probably, like any other man, single man, brought in stuff that he could look at, and then, you know, maybe not, you know, go all the way, but at least he won't be bored at work. But then he just started going all the way because he was the man. Think about the status that comes with, you're the only black guy to ever host a PBS show in history. Yeah, that puts you in a very prominent position. I mean, like, not saying it's just like I said, if he did something wrong, it's like the only thing that he did wrong was he violated company policy. Plus, you know how, you know, snowflakey people can be sometimes about racism. Oh, he tried to attack our reputation as a company, so we just simply want the money we paid you all over all these years. Yes, they want all the money that they paid him. while he was doing this show, which comes out to the amount. Well, I say, well, the judgment was for $1.5 million. Now, at the end of the day, Tavis Smiley is just someone who was just having sex with women. Unfortunate he who and it was like the details were so sketchy because I remember first uh, when I heard about this first, and it just didn't sound like anything for real. It was just a succession of pick on the black man. It was like Cosby was getting accused around that time. Neil deGrasse Tyson was being accused around that time. I mean, it just came with the territory almost. And I think that really was started to awaken black men a little bit as just there's some bullshit going on out here. Now, just think about it. Once they couldn't really nail him to the wall on the sexual harassment thing because it would flat out be sexual harassment that we would be hearing about if that was the case. But I guess what happened was they couldn't find anything that really could stick. So they were just like, okay, well, we'll countersue his ass for suing us for racism, and they won. So Tavis Smiley, another black man in the media, sorry, bruh, you're gonna pay some kind of way. You're gonna pay. You're not gonna get out of it cleanly. And it looks like he was about to get out of it cleanly, and well, he had to take a bite for it. You know, but he will still be known as the only minority host. I don't like to say minority. Let's just say what it is. The only black man host on PBS in history. He has that distinguishment, and I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. Maybe he needs to start a YouTube channel. Roland Martin did. Boyce Watkins over here. Shoot, this is a man that I feel like has a lot to say. I remember watching his show on the older school BLT. I mean not BLT, BET. The BET with Teen Summit. Shows that actually meant something. Used to show the old school Jackson 5 cartoon. I'm talking about back in that day. They had BET News, and Tavis Smiley had a show, just kind of like he had on PBS. I remember him interviewing She McBride about this sitcom he was doing. Um, Something about the life of Desmond Pfeiffer or something, and it was about what if roles were reversed. What would white people were the slave, black people were the slave master, and She McBride played the slave master, and Tavis Smiley went off on him. Tavis Smiley went off on him. Shoot, I also remember this interview. It was like he was interviewing like three women, and one of them was a very young Jada Pinkett Smith. Well, she was Jada Pinkett at the time. Jada Pinkett still friends with Tupac's, and she was very very adamant and very much like very razor sharp like she is right now. Just kind of I'm a woman, a woman, a woman. She did that on Tavis Smiley. Yeah, Tavis Smiley also did his interview. He also interviewed black artists that they were black, but they didn't get airplay on black radio stations. Kind of like Hootie and the Blowfish, those types. They don't play those types because they're not talking about selling drugs and you know I'm in love and I want a piece of cake and you know the credit card through my booty and all this other shit. He was talking about those different kind of artistic, you know, those guys that probably eat mushrooms instead of smoke weed. Well, y'all get the idea. Just yeah, he has done quite a lot through the years. He also wrote a book about the last year of Martin Luther King's life called "Death of a King." Yeah, I know that today Martin Luther King isn't very popular in the black community, but a lot of people still respect what the man did. I mean, he gave up his life. Martin Luther King gave up his life, and Tavis Smiley was somebody who wanted to write on the accounts of it. So, I mean, Tavis Smiley has done his thing. And, I feel like he'll bounce back or they'll bury him, depending on what kind of work he's looking for. But and people are gonna probably be like, "Oh, you can't be serious, Kev. You can't be serious. You tell him to start a YouTube channel. Yeah, you gonna have to start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel. Start a website where he can stream media or something. Shoot, they don't want him around anymore. He want to go around PBS. Well, I mean, shoot. I mean, yeah, shoot. People gotta eat. You know. Yeah. All this man did. That's all he did. All he did was have sex with women. I mean, there was no misconduct. There was no need for Me Too in this situation. They tried to Me Too him because they found out that they were just another notch under this man's belt. And let's just say that's just what it is. Tavis Smiley, he's a single man living a single life. I don't want anybody to get a wrong idea about me. I don't have nothing to hide. I want the world to see. That's Tavis Smiley right there. I mean, but on the air he was like, "Hello, I'm Tavis Smiley, and this is some bullshit." you know, it is some bullshit. Like, I don't know about these folks sometimes. Now, like I said, if he had been proven to have violated any woman, then he wrong. Then he wrong. Period. Shoot, and he deserves to go down. But there's no violation here. Just a bunch of scorned women. Oh man, that Tavis Smiley ain't nothing but a dog. But he gotta pay the white folks $1.5 million. I know that's what the women thinking right now. So whatever. Another black man has to take an L. But I know who you are, Tavis Smiley. I do. Shoot, like I said, if he were married, it'd be different. He's not married, so hey, I can kind of empathize with this. Sorry, folks. All right, that's about it. There's, there go their face again. I'll be upset too. But all right, guys, that's it for me. Thanks for tuning in. This is Kea. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. A shout out to Reigning Woman and the Enriching Build Monger. What's up, guy? And let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're watching this video, please subscribe. Hey, little girl. Yeah. So, all right, guys.